They did Murkrow so dirty. We're rating them all, and Murkrow is just not good enough to stand on its own. Its stat spread is very similar to Yanma actually, and has the same story. Sure, it's fast and hits pretty hard, and I would say that it sucks to use in the generations where it doesn't evolve, but it isn't even usable until post-game in said regions. So its battle prowess should be helped by that, since you only have to use it until it evolves. Or it would be if that wasn't also super late in most games. But if you were to use it, it's garbage in Gen 2, kind of decent in Gen 4 actually, and at least in Gen 7 gets some really solid TM options. This is a really tough one to rate honestly, but I think 2.5 stars is fair. And as I pretty heavily hinted at there, its availability is ridiculous. It isn't available in Johto at all. You have to get it in Kanto in the Johto games. In Sinnoh, it's actually available before the second gym, but as a version exclusive. Then not until after the 6th gym in Kalos, and even worse, it's not until right after the last trial in Alola, but then the first trial in Ultra Alola. So I can't believe it, but that actually averages out to 3.5 stars. Its concept is actually pretty fantastic. You take a crow, a bird typically ascribed with dark folklore, and slap a whole bunch of witch inspiration on top, and you have yourself a great concept for dark and flying type, 4 stars. Then its design just absolutely delivers on that. The witch hat, the beak that could be taken as a hooked nose, the broomstick tail, so well done. I don't even really like Murkrow at all, but this is an incredible design that paints its concept perfectly. But it does feel like it's just missing something keeping it from being among the best. I don't know what, but that's 4.5 stars. So that all boils down to a stunningly high 3.625 stars for Murkrow. Honchkrow is so awesome and single-handedly dragged Murkrow out from obscurity. Wearing a Malin is a lot of fun to use in battle, mostly due to its super luck ability, which raises crit chance, coupled with moves like Night Slash and Air Cutter make it feel like a guaranteed critical hit. Its move pool is also just full of great utility and setup options like Sucker Punch, Nasty Plot, Thunder Wave, and obviously plenty of great offensive options as well. But this is still a Murkrow evolution, and therefore is shockingly frail defensively and sadly not really fast enough to overcome that. Its HP and attacks are still really great though, so it still gets 4.5 stars in battle prowess. And once again, we can't just copy and paste Murkrow's availability since Honchkrow isn't available in Gen 2, and I messed up Murkrow's by including a post-game encounter, so that actually does help Honchkrow quite a bit, but we have to take the Dusk Stone into consideration. You can get Murkrow super early in Sinnoh and Alola, but as a version exclusive in Sinnoh, then fairly late game in Kalos. So that would average it out to 4 stars, but as we went over with Miss Magius, the Dusk Stone being late or even post-game in those games will knock it down to 3.5 stars. And Murkrow already had a great concept of being a crow, which is typically considered a darker, creepy bird in folklore, and loads of witch-like inspiration, which Honchkrow does seem to move away from a bit. Now it's much more clearly based on a mob boss or head honcho crow, but as we'll get into with design, it doesn't completely abandon the witch theme, and therefore could also be seen as a coven leader to all the little Murkrow witches, which is a really great concept for a dark flying type crow Pokemon. 5 stars. And its design honestly does an amazing job at portraying both the mob boss theme and the witch or wizard theme. Its tail is still reminiscent of a witch's broom, and the hat could really go both ways as either a mobster's fedora or a big witch's hat. The fluffy white plumage could either be seen as a big wizard's beard, or in combination with its darker feathers around it, could even be part of a typical mobster's suit, which is all just brought together and made even better looking with the dark red accents in the crescent moon eye pattern. This is subtly a really incredible design. 5 stars, which will give Honchkrow an amazing 4.5 stars overall and a spot on the Sinnoh top 5.